Good morning, welcome to this class. Today we resume and finish classes for this week. And let me show you what we're doing today. All right, this is today's agenda. We're gonna work on lesson What's Your Favorite TV Show, which is on page 62. So I will ask you to please open your books, English ID 3B, and go straight to page 62. And the name of the lesson number 2 is, what's your favorite TV show? And this is exactly what we're gonna develop today. The first thing is to work on pages 62 and 63 if we have time. We also are going to work on Richmond Learning Platform, Unit 6, the vocabulary and pronunciation section. We're going to practice a little bit in your pronunciation, which, by the way, is certainly good in most of the cases, and vocabulary for this lesson and this unit as well. And then we're going to incorporate a new tool to our work, is the e-workbook. So if you have paid attention to the menu on the screen on Richmond Learning Platform, you will have noticed that we have an e-work section there. There's the icon, the workbook icon. You just click on them and it opens another tab so you can work with different exercises. And we're gonna try to rehearsal with pronunciation drills. Then the name of the lesson was, what's your favorite TV show? And this is the question you will respond today. What is your favorite TV show and why? First, I just want to share mine. So throughout the years, TV shows come and go. Some of them leave a track in your lives because of their quality, because the plot really catch you. And I don't know, there are many situations and characters in the stories that really makes you feel related to them. And like I said, many shows comes and go, but just a few leaves a track. And this is my top, because for me, it's very difficult to choose between one of those. For me, they are the greatest TV shows ever released on television history. And I don't know if you share the same opinion with me. Do you have a favorite TV show? Guys, do you want to share? Anyone, please? The question is, what is your favorite TV show? And let's add, of all times. Hello, are you there? Or just your avatars are online and they are not able to respond? Let me see. Angela said that she got 3. Grey's Anatomy, Pretty Little Liars, and One Tree Hill. They all make me feel safe, and I don't know, I just love them. All right, thank you. So City says the same. God are one of my favorite TV shows. Good, we share opinions here. So Rodrigo says regular show or Adventure Time. Mario agrees with me, it's Breaking Bad. Uh, Gabriel Mendez says Peaky Blinders. I liked Peaky Blinders, but just the first 2 seasons. Then from season 3 on, I didn't like it. I think that it got some some of the episodes were boring and they have certain inconsistent, well, I forgot how to say this, but they were not constant enough in the storyline. Dr. House, says Jessica. Grey's Anatomy and Modern Family, it says Vargas. Yeah, I actually liked Modern Family in the commercial. Season 11 is now on Netflix, and I'm watching the 11th season, but I think it's not that good as the previous ones. But I think that the last season, at least the one that is on Netflix, is not that good as the previous seasons, which was one of the best series I ever watched. It really makes me laugh. The Penthouse. Okay, there's a variety here. So you like different kinds of shows, different genres here. And just a few of you of series and Mario agree with me that Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones are the best series ever produced and launched on television. Anybody else who wants to open the microphone and share your likes? What is your favorite TV show? Kik Butowski. Is that a cartoon, Leo? It sounds to me like it's a cartoon. Yeah, Rodrigo says yes. Yeah, I think that I have watched that one. It's kind of funny. Peppa Pig. You can't be serious, Luis. Come on. Cobra Kai, really loved it. I have my opinion about Cobra Kai. I really enjoyed season 1 and season 2. They were different producers. I remember that when this series was launched, the producer were YouTube in cooperation with another company. But since it arrived to Netflix, uh, I don't know, something wrong happened in Netflix, and the third season of Cobra Kai was not its best. BoJack Horseman is funny. I mean, I finished watching BoJack. I didn't like the ending, but I think it was hilarious. Okay, so more opinions. Suits. Suits is is the one about some lawyers, right? There's a guy that is pretending to be a lawyer, but he's not. And
Good morning, teacher.
hello, do you want to share your opinions?
Yes.
Tell me.
Well, at the beginning of quarantine, I started to watch Anne with an E on
Ah,
Netflix.
uh-huh,
That it's pretty good.
uh-huh,
And then I watched the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
uh-huh. Oh yeah, I also watched Anne with a Knee. It is
And did you
funny.
like
I
it?
mean, yeah, I like the first two seasons. I didn't like the last one. Well, at least I think that this story hasn't ended because at
Yeah,
the end there's an incomplete story going on between Anne and the other guy whose name I have forgotten.
Gilbert.
Ah, yeah, Gilbert. Yeah, so the story hasn't over yet, but I liked the beginning. Then when she grows a teenager, um, I didn't like her personality. I loved her as a lovely kid who was an orphan and she was looking for love and the love that their uncles, in quotation marks, could provide her. Yeah, the end of Cobra Kai is weird, and I didn't imagine it like that. But I guess it's because there will be more season. There's one more season coming, Lourdes. There's one more season coming soon. Well, so when I say soon, I mean next year. But yeah, it's because they changed producer. Now Netflix is the responsible to produce Cobra Kai. Mindhunters. Yeah, Mateo. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Hi, teacher. I remember that I used to watch Shadow Hunters, but then
Ah,
I think I finished the part that was on Netflix,
uh-huh.
and when it's kind of weird when I start looking for another season that isn't in Netflix because of the legal side.
Uh,
It's kind of
uh-huh.
uncomfortable because I remember that I watched Talking Dead like that
Mhm.
since the season 6, I think, and then they put it on Netflix, and it's better watching like that. So, but my favorite one is Glee. I remember that
Glee.
I said it the last class or
I think
something
I
like
think
that.
you did. Glee is
Yes,
it's about musicians or something because I never
it's
watched it.
something like musicals,
Uh,
but it talks about a lot of stuff. That I remember that when I watch it, I that series changed my mind a lot, and that's why I like it. And even though I watched it like 6 years ago, and I'm sorry, I have a cat,
no,
and
no problem.
and and then I start watching more, but it's always like I come back to watch Glee because it's about something comfortable. It's my comfy place.
Oh, I see. Your son of
Yeah.
comfort. I have heard good comments about that show. Actually, my love loves it. And it's very well known for the glee, for the L for losers. I think there is a bunch of losers who wants to become something else. And she really loved it. I have never had the chance to watch it because it's not really my thing. But
Yeah.
maybe later.
In the beginning, all of the characters are losers, and then they
Uh,
start doing
that's why
the
the L,
like
right? That's why the L.
uh-huh, and then at the beginning, everyone is there's always the typical characters, the loser, the
Uh-huh.
popular girls, and all the stuff. But it's pretty good.
All of the stereotypes, all of the American
Uh-huh.
television stereotypes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for participating. So let me see. Valentin says the writers have already said that fifth will not be the last. So you're referring to Cobra Kai, Valentin, aren't you? Okay, I see. Well, I hope that they put an end to that story because sometimes the longest the season get, the worse the stories become. Uh, I think that the suggested time or the suggested number of seasons for a series, it might be no longer than 5 seasons because then they lose the essence. Well, this is my opinion. I think that the series should stop. They need to know when to stop. And that's the problem with the American series because they don't know when to stop. Contrary to the European and Korean and Japanese things, they know when to put an end to their stories. I think it's better that it ends in the fourth before they ruin it. Yeah, because at the end, like you said, Rodrigo, they ruin it. They just blow it. And it's not fair for the fans because we fall in love with those stories at the beginning and then they broke our dreams. And this is something that it didn't happen to the ones that I'm projecting. Well, with the problem with Game of Thrones is that they have to put an end. They have to end the story. They have to close the series, and the books haven't finished yet. That was the problem. But I think that most of them they were decent. They got a decent ending. Okay, so thank you guys. Let's move to your books. Page 60, 64, I said, right? No, 62, I said. Page 62. Well, I think that we have responded this question. You provided your opinions related to faves TV shows. So now we're gonna go to the other side. The worst TV shows ever. There are a lot of candidates going on. Let me see. Question number 1. Can anybody help me out, please? Read question 1. Please.
Me,
Please.
uh, I think over the last 5 years, Nickelodeon has been worse because the TV shows are not like when we were growing up.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
I don't, I don't find any sense of humor or nothing in them.
So that really means that you're getting older. So you sounded exactly like an adult, because this is my opinion related to many of the channels. In your case, it's Nickelodeon. For me, it's MTV. So
I don't
things,
know, but
yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But in the sense that when you are growing older, you see that the quality of the things that makes you, I don't know, daydream when you were a kid or when you were a teen are not the same anymore. For me, MTV was the best channel in the planet, in the universe. But now is one of the trashiest channels because they have changed their programs. They have changed their philosophy in where the channel started online, on live television. So the same happened to you with Nickelodeon. So now you see that the programs have changed. And once you liked it, it's not the same anymore. So you're growing up, my dear. You're growing up. Any other opinion? What do you think about television or radio shows, how they have changed over the last 5 years? They have gotten better or worse? So we have an opinion now that it is getting worse. Anybody? Silvano de Jesus, are you online, Silvano? Let me see, I have here Ernesto. The quality of TV shows, in my opinion, is worse. And the radio is only about reggaeton. Yeah, that really sucked. Worse, Disney is not like before. And Silvano says, well, he said it in Spanish, that he doesn't have microphone. And Rodrigo agrees. Okay. So let me see somebody else here. Karen Rosales. Karen. Are you there? Are you here? Are you online? Oh, hello. What do you think about this? Is television getting worse or better? So I will wait for you to respond in the chat box. So then let's move to the second question. Anybody who wants to help me out, please read the second question.
Which program do you think deserves the Oscar for the trashiest show currently on TV?
Okay, thank you. So Danny says, I think it got worse. Why? Why do you think that? So let's move to the second question. Deserve the Oscar? Well, there's a mistake here because when there are the shows awards, the Oscar goes for movies, not for shows. Well, they receive Emmys and different globes. I think the Golden Globes, no, the Golden Globes are for movies as well. But the Emmys, the Emmy Awards are dedicated for TV shows. So the trashiest, the worst show ever, Riverdale, I agree with you. I got really interested in the first Riverdale season. It was kind of, interesting to see the story of those twins. I think they were twins, and that one was mysteriously murdered by the river. It was kind of good, but then eventually they started adding different elements to the plot, and it become a really mess. And the characters development, this guy, I have forgotten his name. I didn't like him, that they become a serpent or something into a gang, a motorcycle gang. Yeah, the first season was Jughead. That's his name. I really hate that character. I mean, at the beginning, I really relate to him. I mean, I really like his character, his personality. But then he really got obnoxious. He really did, the Jughead guy. So I stopped in the middle of the second season. I couldn't stand it anymore. When I started to say that he was a weirdo, I stopped. Yeah, he was a weirdo, definitely. Yeah, I stopped in the middle of the second season, that they created a group of guys who were wearing masks, and they were, I don't know, like Batman in a gay way. So another trashiest show, another series that you think it really sucks. Strange, maybe the last season. I really liked it. I enjoyed the first two seasons. I didn't like the last one, the third one. It was boring at first. I think that the first two episodes were a waste of time, a really waste of time. But season one and season two were cool. Well, Lourdes doesn't like Stranger Things either. I do. I liked it. Not my favorite, not the best, not a rewatchable one, but there are worse things on Netflix. For example, the Big Bang Theory. Well, for me, it gets an Emmy for the worst or the trashiest TV show. So, and then we have some series here. Maybe some of them are familiar to you, maybe some of them not. Thought you knew what trashy TV was. What you're gonna do, my friends, is just to match the show's descriptions to its photos. You need to read, but we're gonna listen at the same time. So Agnovia says in Flash. Yeah, maybe. I never occurred to me to watch this show. I am not really into Marvel or DC. Nor Marvel or DC is really my thing. So we're gonna read this. You're gonna listen and then match to the pictures.
Audio 6.4. Thought you knew what trashy TV was? Think again.
1. My Mother, the Car. TV Guide picked this one as the third worst TV program of all time. It's about a lawyer that buys a car and hears his mother's voice coming out through the speakers whenever he turns up the volume. It turns out the speaking car is his dead mother, reincarnated.
2. ALF, short for Alien Life Form. Gordon Shumway, from the recently destroyed planet Melmac, crash lands his spaceship into the Tanner's garage. After convincing a police officer that they are not protecting a space creature, the middle-class, peace-loving family decides to keep their new pet.
3. Manimal. All about a New York professor that fights crime. Oh, and he also has the ability to turn into any animal he wants to. Only lasted 8 episodes and got terrible reviews. Wonder why?
4. Small Wonder. This show aired in the mid to late 80s. It's about an engineer who creates a robot modeled after a real 10-year-old girl he tries to pass off as his daughter. The laughter-inducing theme song went like this. She's fantastic, made of plastic.
5. Barney and Friends. Barney is a purple and green Tyrannosaurus Rex who comes to life through a child's imagination and basically teaches kids how to be nice. Theme song? I love you, you love me. Well, a lot of older kids don't.
6. The Jerry Springer Show. Ranked by TV Guide as the worst TV program in history, on this talk show, troubled families discuss their most intimate problems before millions of shocked viewers. The violence-hungry audience and Jerry Springer himself take turns giving the families advice. Pure trash.
So which one is the first? The first picture. What number is it? 4.
4.
Okay, what about, well, number 4 is Small Wonder. What about the second picture? One, two, three. Let me see in the chat box. Says 2. Yes, Daniela, thank you. Yes, Alf. Well, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I grew up with this show in Channel 6. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't have cable TV, so I have to watch the national one. And Alf was in the prime time in Channel 6. And I really liked it. I considered it kind of funny, well, in those years. I think it's not that bad. What about this one? What number is it? Let's see, number 6. Thank you.
6.
Yeah, the Jerry Springer Show. I enjoy it. I don't know if you have had the opportunity to watch one of these episodes. When I started having cable TV, I was a teenager, and I really liked to watch Jerry Springer's show. It actually set a blueprint for Latin American talk shows, like this one that is very famous, and I just escaped my mind right now. But they got some very troubled people as guests, and they shared their problems, different problems related to drug addictions, related to sexual orientations, to family rattles. And at the end of the discussions, they always ended like this, like a fist fight. They always do. They always used to do it. The interviews and all the show ended with a fist fight. No matter what the topic was, no matter what the subject was, that was the ending. I really liked it. I mean, and like I said, it said like Caso Cerrado. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Laura de America. It really did. It really set a blueprint for all these shows to come, in Latin America especially. Okay, what about this one? Let me see. Yes, number one. Thank you guys. The ones in the chat box. And also, I think it was Victor, I think, or no. What about this one? 3. That one, you can tell because of the green and purple Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, thank you, Ciris, Daniela. And the last one I think it was not mentioned because we have only 6 and we have 7 pictures here. This one was not mentioned. So now we're gonna move to Richmond learning platform, please. Please, 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 please. Access from your computers or, well, if you have a cell phone, it's going to be kind of difficult, but you can work it as well. So from Santillana Compartir, access to Richmond Learning Platform. We're going to work on some exercises here, like we did last class. I'm going to work on classroom B. So once you are in the platform, please click on book 3B, unit number 6. We have, I think we finished only vocabulary 1 last time. We're gonna try to finish vocabulary 2 and vocabulary 3. And if we have time, we're gonna go to the e-workbook. So remember, English 3B, unit 6, vocabulary 2. So you have to complete the sentences with the words in the little boxes. The choices are season, live, subtitle, chat show, sitcom. Oh, I think we did this one. I got a feeling we did it. Can you confirm it?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, we did, right? Thank you. So then vocabulary 3. Vocabulary number 3. Yeah, we didn't do this one. So the choices are cast, stars, role, shot, trilogy, set, prequel, and script. In Lincoln, the of President Abraham Lincoln was played by Daniel Day-Lewis. What is the word that is missing there?
Row.
Role. Let me see. There we go. Gravity has of just 2, Sandra Bullock and George Clooney. Thank you, Osiris. You also responded in the chat.
Cast.
Cast. Let's see. In number 3, The Two Towers is the second film in the Lord of the Rings. Thank you, Angela. You respond. Yeah, thank you. So also Angela responded here in the chat box. In number 4, Ghostbusters, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Harris Ramis. Was written by Aykroyd and Ramis. Stars and script. Let me see. Stars Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Hal Ramis, and script you said. Thank you. So then number 5, the Star Wars films are a long time ago in a galaxy far, 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 far away. Set. Thank you, Alejandra Lopez, Andrea Alejandra. Are set. The Wizard of Oz was partly in color and partly in black and white. Shot. And so this one is the prequel. Butch and Sundance Early Days was a prequel to the much better Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Let me check. Submit. 8 out of 8, we have 100. In our first attempt, it's not that bad. Then let's move to pronunciation. Pronunciation. Put the words in the correct column. Well, this exercise has to do with the pitch of the
Teacher,
words, with the intonation. Tell me.
this is vocabulary 4.
No, this is pronunciation. Pronunciation. So I was saying that this has to do with the intonation of the words, with the stress syllable. Remember that the stress syllable is where the intonation goes up. First syllable stress, second syllable stress, third syllable stress. This is like graves, agudas y esdrújulas sería. That would be in Spanish. But since we don't have tildes in English, we classify them into first, second, and third syllable. For example, this one, how do you pronounce it? Anybody wants to pronounce it out loud so we can classify it, please? It's continuity, continuity, continuity. Where is the stress syllable? Continuity. Second, somebody else in the third. Let me see. Continuity. 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 I think it's the second, but I don't know what you say. Because your opinions are divided in the chat.
Teacher,
Hello?
to start the right to the left or the left to the right?
From, well, depends of your perspective. Well, from the screen to the left to the right. Well, many said the second, some of you said the third. Let's classify it in the second. Maybe we can change it. What about subtitles? The word subtitles. You can exercise in your house. Try to pronounce it out loud. First, well, many of you said in the first. Subtitles, not subtitles or subtitles. The first. What about nomination? The third, nomination. Box office, box office. First, popularity, popularity, popularity. Third in question, popular. Let's say the third. I think character, character. First, documentary, documentary. Third, document. Emotional. Second, composer. Second, professor, professor, interview. Second, director, 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 Well, the time of the truth. Submit. We got 2 mistakes. And they were in continuity and interview. We can change this. Try it again. Interview, 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 interview. The first, interview. Continuity, no, they must be equal number. There must be equal. So it goes here.
Here, I think.
It's in the third because you see, we have 4 in each one. Submit. Now we are 12 out of 12. So we're very smart. Then access to the workbook, please. The workbook is here. The e-workbook. You have to click
Sure.
here. Hello?
Se lo voy a decir en español para decirlo más rápido.
Okay.
A mí solo me aparecen 3 libros, no todos esos que le salen a usted.
Oh, really? You don't have the workbook?
No.
And the rest of you guys, do you have the workbook? In the workbook?
Yes, I have.
You do. Just Guillermo. Yeah, many of you got it. Oh, Guillermo, maybe there's a problem with the user. Sorry to hear that. Many of you got it, but you. So when you click on the workbook, you have this, and it's gonna open another tab in your computer. You have to access here to units. We are on unit number 6. We are working lesson 1. No, yeah, we were working on lesson 2, but we didn't do the first one. Are you addicted to TV? I want you to please access to the, and there's no pronunciation here. No. It's here in lesson 3, until lesson 3. In lesson 3, I will go back so you can see. So click on unit number 6, lesson number 3. What are the 3 last movies you saw? And then go over the pronunciation exercise. You have to do it yourself because time is over. Okay. Yeah, I see. Thank you, Nubia. You can do it by yourself when you have time in the afternoon. So thank you guys for your participation. See you, well, in 2 or 3 weeks because exams are coming. Thank you.